The FBI has now put out a nationwide APB, all points bulletin, for a white Chevy van with New Jersey registration. Written on the back is Urban Moving Systems. Apparently there are 3 male occupants. Let's repeat that. The FBI has now put out an APB, an all points bulletin, nationwide. They're looking for a white Chevy van with New Jersey registration, and written on the back of the white van are the words Urban Moving System. Apparently this van is carrying 3 male occupants. Obviously, if you see this van, you're asked to contact the FBI immediately.
Unit acting engine 6. Acting engine 6. What unit acting 6? Engine 321. 321 acting 6. Go over to Stuyvesant High School. Check out a gas leak. What's its location? So opposite the World Trade Center. 10-4. 83 Manhattan. Battery 3 Manhattan. All units stand by. 321 acting 6, we're going to get you a box. You're going in by yourself to Stuyvesant High School. It's on West Street. The school's been evacuated. 10-4. Acting. Battery 3 to Manhattan. Units stand by in Los Angeles, please. All units stand by.
Over the SDR, North and Brooklyn Bridge.
It's clear, no pedestrians right now. Field 3 on there. The plane starts exploding here. Explosives on King and 6th Avenue. 6th Avenue Interstate. We need to pull the truck. One of those remote control planes filled with explosives.
Get the no one. Doing what's in Broadway.
10-5, that plane.
The campus in Broadway.
CO, here. 10-5, that plane message. 7-7, CO, Inspector Marino. Inspector Marino, go ahead. Thank you. Why's the message about the plane? Sergeant Middle, 7-5. About the plane. 10-5, the message about the plane. 9414, hold up. 5's the message about the remote control plane. Station 2 is on the air. So clear the air for the message about the plane.
At this time, all citywide task force units are to respond to Trinity and Liberty. All citywide task force units are to respond to Liberty and Trinity Place.
10-5, the message of the plane. Be advised, I'm not filling Central.
This is for all citywide task force units. Trinity Place and Liberty will be your mobilization point at this time. Trinity Place and Liberty.
For CO Central, who is the authority of? 10-5, the message about the plane. Central, we need the bomb squad and ESU over King and... Last message. All units.
Hello, Jameson on here.
9415, you on? Anybody advise the 10 stations operators? Bobby. Negative. Get an update on the plane. Central, I got a message on that plane. It's a big truck with a mural painted of an airplane diving into New York City and exploding. I don't know what's in the truck. The truck is in between 6th and 7th on King Street.
All right, 10-4, I'll send the issue in the bomb squad there for Westgate.
The bird? You called the last message? That's fine. With a mural painted, airplane diving into New York, blowing up. 2 men got out of the truck, ran away from it. We got those 2 under. That's good.
Are you holding those 2 guys, Kate?
Put them under. Let's get the music going. Listen to that. Fucking beat the shit out of them. All right, get in.
Alright, you listen, you need any further on those 2 guys over there? You alright over there, Kate?
Yeah, both suspect under K. We have the suspect who drove in the van exploded. We have both of them under K. Let's get some help over here.
Now, I'm sending you here, shooter. I just want to make sure you and your guys are all right over there, K. That's all.
What's the location of that, K? Put them up. You know, we have both Neotrans driven that exploded. Is that correct?
What location?
The location, K. It's already got the transport to what was that location? King Street between 6th and 7th. King Street, 6th and 7th Avenue. King between 6th and 7th Avenue.
Shooter is on the scene on...
Millions of people believe Israeli agents were involved in the attack. And they claim there is a basis for their suspicions. Moments after the planes hit the World Trade Center, eyewitnesses reported seeing a group of young men apparently celebrating.
I grab my binoculars and I'm trying, to look at the Twin Towers. But what caught my attention, down there, I see this van parked. And I see 3 guys on top of the van. They seem to be taking a movie. And I could see that they were like happy. They're laughing. They didn't look shocked to me.
This part of New Jersey has a large Muslim community. It would turn out that 3 of the 9/11 hijackers had lived there. A major terrorist manhunt began, and just 6 hours after the attack, the van was stopped at a roadblock by patrolman Scott DiCarlo.
We were asked to detain the van and the passengers. They were just removed from the vehicle, patted down for safety precaution, and detained.
911 call at 410 Park.
I think once the FBI arrived, one of them stated that they were on our side. There's something to that effect. The mood was confusion. As people were driving by, they were screaming all sorts of excerpts. Profanity, things to that effect. Nothing that I'd care to repeat.
3-1 day, they're in service.
Over 2 months of interrogation began. The FBI discovered the men weren't from Al-Qaeda. They were Israelis. An enduring conspiracy theory began, that they were Israeli field agents who'd uncovered the 9/11 plot in advance. Israel had deliberately failed to warn the US authorities because it wanted to ensure that American public opinion was hostile to the Arab world. A passerby took these photos of the police searching the van. 5 men were inside it. Some had dual nationalities and were carrying more than 1 passport. Others had flight tickets to leave the US within days. Fearing robbery, one had over $4,000 hidden in a sock. They told interrogators they were working for Urban Moving, a shipping and storage firm run by an Israeli businessman who often employed Israeli students without work permits. The men say there was an innocent explanation for what was found in the van and their behavior on 9/11. They were, they say, simply on a working holiday. Their boss at Urban Moving, Dominic Suter, was questioned by the FBI, but then disappeared back to Israel. It left lots of unanswered questions and fueled suspicion about the 5 men. Investigators seized the firm's computers, and the investigation took on a new urgency with multiple lie detector tests. The FBI wasn't satisfied. Channel 4 has learned from intelligence sources that some of the men's names were already known to American counterintelligence. Paul Kurtzberg admitted serving in an Israeli army anti-terrorist unit. He refused to take a lie detector test for 10 weeks. Tuval Aviv is a counter-terrorism advisor to the US Congress, but was once a spy for Israel's Secret Service Mossad. He says Urban Moving was a front company for Israeli intelligence, and that some of its workers were spying illegally in the US.
Israel has engaged in intelligence gathering in friendly countries. Some of it is done with permission, and some of it probably has been done without permission in areas that is vital to Israeli interest.
But whatever the truth of the conspiracy story, it's flushed out the possibility that Israel spies on America, its closest ally, an espionage tactic that both governments would prefer kept secret. The Urban Moving 5 were eventually deported to Israel for visa violations. Channel 4 understands, from sources close to US intelligence, that the condition of their release was that Israel promised not to spy in the U.S. without permission.
Some very intelligent and aggressive cops also stopped another terrorist attack from happening on the George Washington Bridge. CBS 2 has learned exclusively that 2 men are in custody tonight after being arrested at the George Washington Bridge with an entire truckload of explosives. I know that there was police and Port Authority police on the scene.
2 suspects are in FBI custody after a truckload of explosives was discovered around the George Washington Bridge. That bridge links New York to New Jersey over the Hudson River. Whether the discovery of those explosives had anything to do with other events of the day is unclear, but the FBI has 2 suspects in hand, said the truck load of explosives, enough explosives were in the truck to do great damage to the George Washington Bridge.
I'm getting from 2 sources that there was a van either on the New Jersey Turnpike or the Garden State Parkway, and that it was near the George Washington Bridge. There were 2 or 3 men who were in the van. The van was pulled over. It is not clear why the van was pulled over, but when it was, law enforcers found tons of explosives inside of the van.
Urban Moving Systems was discovered in a van, white van that had checked positive for carrying explosives. And they were caught videotaping the collapse from their van in Liberty Park. And you know, it just seems like they must have had prior knowledge, if not involvement.
They could have had prior knowledge.
They could have had prior knowledge.
And it's easy to put a truck bomb, as we did, as happened in London, and happens in Iraq or Israel on a weekly basis.
It's easy to put a truck bomb, as we did, as happened in London.
Espionnage qui sème le trouble. Un réseau israélien a été démantelé aux États-Unis, notamment en Floride. L'une de ses missions aurait été de pister les hommes d'Al-Qaïda. C'était avant les attentats du 11 septembre. Certaines sources vont même plus loin. Elles indiquent que le Mossad n'aurait pas livré toutes les informations en sa possession aux États-Unis. Pour l'instant, le FBI s'en tient à un strict démenti. Maryse Burgot, Bernard Lebrun, Michel Levasseur.
Intelligence Online est une revue française spécialisée dans les questions de renseignement. Le dernier numéro révèle une spectaculaire affaire d'espionnage. Le démantèlement d'un réseau d'agents israéliens du Mossad opérant aux États-Unis. Les journalistes d'Intelligence Online se basent sur un rapport du département de la justice américaine. Ce rapport révèle un certain nombre de coïncidences troublantes. Exemple, 5 de ces Israéliens suspects ont été interpellés à Hollywood, en Floride, bourgade de 25 000 habitants au nord de Miami, envahie par les enquêteurs du FBI au lendemain des attentats du 11 septembre. C'est en effet ici qu'ont vécu au moins 4 terroristes ayant participé au détournement des avions, dont Mohamed Atta. Question, les espions présumés du Mossad se trouvaient-ils là par hasard ou enquêtaient-ils sur les réseaux d'Al-Qaïda ?
Les services de renseignement israéliens, si tant est que l'hypothèse se confirme, ont pu effectivement avoir, grosso modo, dans leur œil, pour cible, certains islamistes sur le territoire des États-Unis. Ça ne veut pas dire qu'ils étaient en mesure de prédire ce qui allait se passer.
La police fédérale américaine, le FBI, dément ce soir l'existence et donc le démantèlement.
I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives. And they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was proof. Jealous of our freedom, I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to ground zero, the devil crept into heaven, God overslept on the 7th. The new world order was born on September 11th. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song. And the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker, save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart. I don't think Bush did it, cause he isn't that smart.